Progressive Party does not want me as a leader.
Here. The FBI is doing their investigation. Some aspect is coming back.
Wealth is not trickling down to the people of Guyana.
There will be additional questioning that is required. And that is, of course, I don't get involved in that. Yeah, brother. It is important for Venezuela to understand that Guyana will not be bullied, threatened, or intimidated. Hello, good morning. Here.
I'm here to check.
Yeah, brother.
Yes, man, tell me.
I am aware that the People's Progressive Party does not want me as a leader.
Here. The FBI is doing their investigation. Some aspect is coming back.
Wealth is not trickling down to the people of Guyana.
There will be additional questioning that is required. And that is, of course, I don't get involved in that. Yeah, brother. It is important for Venezuela to understand that Guyana will not be bullied, threatened, or intimidated. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, guys. A great morning to all of those who tune into the realest thing in the world, coming to you from Guyana and back in Georgetown, coming from TBN Studios. Let me just recognize some of my followers here. Bibi, a great morning to you. David, Morgan, Chetra, Anand, Adira, Sumraj, Kesha, good morning to you. Sanctimonious, Gangster, great morning to you. Devi, Anissa, Ormla, Mary, Pamela, Rose, Narima, Mitri, Data, Paul, Esther, great morning to you. Please tell the husband I say good morning. Cindy, Charmaine, Isaiah, Buddy, Devika. I want to send out happy birthday greetings to my friend David Layla out of New York, and I'm hoping you would have a happy day with your family, wife, son, and everybody else. So here on with me, I come in. Yeah, I got see with me a little groggy. I came in about 1 o'clock this morning from the interior. So the boat engine broke down, and I forgot I'm a certified mechanic. I watch around to see who will fix this engine, and I forgot I'm a certified mechanic. Yeah, that's the only certification I've ever had, I think. Yeah. So I want to have a serious discussion with Guyanese this morning, and I can't say that you have not been forewarned. So, just like how y'all excited about our oil and the oil revenue, and how everybody's talking about the wrong deal we got, the oil deal, suggesting that we could have got more. If we didn't get more, it means somebody get more. Somebody has got it. How do you think they're looking at their interests? A U.S. company, ExxonMobil. How do you think a U.S. company could go around the world and do business and not really worry if governments take away the thing, or because they got an army? How does ExxonMobil operate? Around the world, and they don't have an army. ExxonMobil don't have an army. You ever see ExxonMobil workers? Have you ever seen ExxonMobil workers, the security of ExxonMobil? You ever notice it? Because ExxonMobil has the most powerful country in the world supporting them, the United States of America. Nobody's gonna mess with them. That's why when people go to a country and something happens to them, say, I'm an American citizen. That's why anywhere in the world you are, you're held hostage or kidnapped or whatever, the Americans go for you. They do whatever they can to get you back. Now, what does this mean? This means that the United States of America protects its interests at all cost. That is what it means. They would operate in a fashion, hopefully, for you to assume that it has something to do with God. Yeah. Hey bro, happy birthday. Here up now, the man we call, you don't call them, you drop a message, if they answer, they answer. Them people ain't got time for chit chat and talk and all them thing now. Right? You drop a message, if they answer, they answer. If they want to answer, they don't answer. Remember that? Right? Safe. Neil Baldio has who? By Neil. Neil want to you, but you come so far and so long with we. You've been so loyal. Election time is ready to show the true colors. Now Neil come and say Miss Atwell there, and Miss Atwell gets your own problems to take care of. Here what happened with most of the world and what is happening. Let me take away from what I am. I want to make sure Guyanese understand. You could say you looked at the morning live and I forewarned you. Nobody cared about Guyana before we found oil. And don't take the care that we're giving now lightly. The US would like to make it out that they're more of a church organization, you know, and democracy is about fairness and everybody being treated fairly and right and everything else. Yes, they would love to make it out to seem that way. That is not the realities of the world. That is the projection of a perception they want to create in your head. Why I'm telling you all of this? Because Guyanese are going down a road where people are going to watch at them, the world is going to watch at them and calculate, how fucking stupid are these people? What percentage of Guyanese are idiots? What percentage of Guyanese are ignorant? Imagine you that you country all excited. Oh, we get a wrong deal. Who got the right deal? ExxonMobil. How could ExxonMobil go about the world and just doing business as loser and ain't got no worry? because they have the most powerful country in the world looking over them. How can we, like, how do you listen to Glenn Lal? Has Glenn Lal ever put an article in Kaicho News that explains the demise of Venezuela? You know, Venezuela have thereabouts 31 million people. You know, Venezuela was listed in the world as one of the fifth largest oil producers in the world. If not fifth largest oil producer in the world, they got the fifth largest oil reserves in the world. Why are so many Venezuelans on our streets flocking to Guyana, living in the streets of Brazil? Why are so many Venezuelans suffering? If Venezuela has so much of wealth, anybody care to know? Anybody care to understand the cause? In life, everything has a cause and effect. If you take a man and you give blow, you end up without a fucking man. And everybody in the world gonna watch you like a whore. As a whore. And that only happens one way, by the way. It only happens for the women, it don't happen for the men. That is just the way of the world. Man make several child mother, he's a man. Woman got several child father, people look at she differently. That is just the way things are. How can Guyanese see what is going on in Guyana? Somebody saying they got the largest oil reserves in the world, and they're there with it there. Everybody missed that. Has everybody missed the fact that ExxonMobil was one of the companies in Venezuela that was nationalized by Hugo Chavez, taken over? ExxonMobil is in Venezuela. Venezuela was doing well. Whether good deal or bad deal or what they got. Then Hugo Chavez come and thought his people needed more, needed a better deal. Run out ExxonMobil and take over all the assets. Take over the oil business itself. America brought sanctions against ExxonMobil. Is not America. ExxonMobil is a private company, a publicly traded company. How America get wrong with Venezuela? What reason would America get wrong with Venezuela? Y'all ever ask yourself? Go back in history and check what reason, what problem America got with Venezuela? Just a dry sanctions? What's the problem with America and Venezuela? Nobody you know? Just America gets symptoms they like Venezuela and like Guyana? Y'all wake up. Y'all wake up. Today the world, somebody saying something. Okay. The bad words in the show is not nice. Early morning. Okay, I hear you. But you gotta go. You gotta do Sunday. This ain't fucking Sunday sermon, partner. This is serious shit. This is Sunday sermon, brother. Yes, this is serious shit going on. Doesn't make it come so raw. So if you're looking for something to entertain you and you're cheering for your slugging up, and this is the wrong fucking program. Because that's why you get the message. Some of y'all can't help yourself. Because you're in the comments telling the people like, you're fucking stupid, don't follow Muhammad. Y'all wake up and wise up and see what's going on, where this thing going, but you're there by meeting, telling me, man, you know, cussing, yeah, I know. Cussing is bad and sanctions even worse. You know? Why is watch with these things? And bear in mind, this is just me. But if Z is, I don't know his wisdom. Right? This is just me. I watch it how things are purposeful. Matter of fact, what you say, what you said is a matter of fact. But in the grandest scheme of things, who gives a fuck? The children, you think when we get sanctions and the children all about the place hungry, ain't got nothing for eat, thing ain't coming in the country, nothing going out the country, we being marginalized. You think at that time you would study war? Is it that your children they learn? Huh? You think anybody care at that time? Huh? You can't buy fuel. Your oil producer, you ain't got gas. You gotta line up like Barnum days. Anybody cares then? You look at the grandest scheme of things. If you're here for the first time, buddy, here what I tell you. A good, great morning to all my followers and supporters. Welcome to the Hungry Bellies in the Low Life. And if you're here for the first time, shut your fucking mouth and sit down at the back of the class if you know good. Because today's serious lesson day. Things are gonna happen today. News is gonna come out today that changes the landscape of this country. Because you realize we are in a trajectory that Guyanese can no longer operate the way they operate in the past. You can't operate like how you used to operate in the past. You understand? I told y'all yesterday about hell and heaven being in the same island. Haiti and the Dominican Republic. And that shows that a group of people have chosen to live life a certain way. Like thieves and criminals and bandits. Believe in voodoo and all kind of fucking nonsense. We don't care what's the circumstance. I wholly and solely feel the French are the cause for why Haiti is the way it is. I feel so. History basically says so. But explain to me how the Dominican Republic could be on the same island, similar history, similar past, come from, place there, and thrive. Now the US over the years, back to the US. The US over the years let's see if anything comes. I start my program late this morning because I had hoped to be relaying some changes in the dynamics in the environment here, but it will happen during the course of the day. It's inevitable, it's coming. The Americans had, remember the dark days? Yeah, I remember the dark days. Here, If y'all know we're going on, y'all playing stupid and confused. Remember the dark days? Remember how the dark days started? The dark days started with criminals breaking out from prison. Becoming thereafter associated. I don't know if the PNC helped them break out the prison. But the men who started this movement, Blackie, Landon, and all the people who would have broken out the prison and who would start criminality and who did the most heinous crimes, at the time when they were doing what they were doing, they were called freedom fighters by the PNC. Let's not forget. And they were supported by the PNC. Blackie Landon came down in a hail of bullets at Eccles with the traffic light. They had a hotel there named Toucan. It was Toucan Suites or something like that. They had a place to stay there. He came down in a hail of bullets there. And funny enough, his funeral procession went to Square of the Revolution, where his coffin was draped in a Guyana flag. PNC front point, PNC struggle point, Square of the Revolution, the place where they fight and show. A symbol of black struggle against slavery. They chose that spot there, obviously to send a message that this criminal too can get so somebody said. I can remember, although I was youth man growing up here, me don't forget something. Once it get in me head is a. Because I knew the man who owned the place, who went out to fight years against the government, because the place ended up burned down and I kind of years to get compensated for the damage to his property. So the PNC at the time supported the freedom fighters. Guns 40 something AK-47 missing from the army. Still today, many have not been recovered and found and torn up in the hands of those criminals, of men who went to Bartica and massacre people, went to Luziknan and massacre people. Went to the bush at Great Falls area somewhere and massacre people. Now that happened. You know, political parties. The Americans knows everything was going on. The Americans know everything was going on. In addition to being the world power, there's the biggest Susu country. Let's call it Susu. Now, if they know the past of this country, like y'all remember the Rajakan saga, the instability in this country, he run go Suriname, they pick he up, go with he, place cool off, everything get calm. So when they see somebody acting criminal, now the Americans did Rajakan when they did nothing going on again, they had no oil collecting. They didn't collect no oil, now they have interest in Guyana. So much so that they sent 3 Secretary of States within the last 5 years. 3 to Guyana. Y'all ain't reading between the lines? We can't do nothing about this. And if America's gonna come and say, this is what to do, this is how you could do. America can't run Guyana. We're a sovereign nation, we're a republic. But wouldn't you like for Guyana to be like Miami? Is that the y'all begging for? Security, eradication of corruption. Now they are accepted, now there are people assisting you, willing to assist you. And it's not because America's our saviors or they're the fun-loving people like they make themselves out to be. It's because they have interest in Guyana. They have interest. We have to use that focused relationship with America now to eradicate the corruption. The opposition playing a game. The opposition crying 5 years. We want to eradicate corruption. The PPP corrupt. Mark Benchka put up the program. How about the Mohammeds? Bark, talk about the Mohammeds, everybody talk about the Mohammeds. Now, there's a possibility of the corruption being eradicated. Nigel Hughes come and say, we welcome Mohammeds, we more the merrier. Me understand. Me not understand what really I want. I understand. We are aware that certain things we are incapable of doing. I thought the opposition would have loved the American narrative that pressures the government into eradicating corruption and getting rid of criminals. Nigel Hughes come and say, no. We welcome Mohammed. After the American put sanctions, the Americans say, yo, y'all do something but it's by. The Americans will come very soon again and showcase people in this country that are part of the problem. And I'm sure the opposition, Nigel Hughes, is going to represent them in court as a lawyer. Them people don't want no peace. They want problem. They don't want no peace. They're only playing. Nigel Hughes, I'm gonna go and ban like, well, Nart, you can't even vex with Nart. Watch Nart no going on, you know. I highly suspect Nart take a big bag from their mamas and just decide, yo. Lindo Creek was the place name. I call it Great Falls. Great Falls is behind 58. Lindo Creek. And that had a little controversy in it. Because the claiming might be the army had some they shoot rank people in Ireland there. Lindo Creek. So, I'm telling you about the dark days. If the Americans had an interest all the time, America had an interest when Guyana was being shaped, and England. Is them set up. You believe they ain't learning from their mistakes? Is they set up. The only we get history of past and confused yourself is the American setup between Jagon and Barnum with the intention, the Americans and the English with the intention, well here, what's the best interest for us? How, if we shape Guyanese politics in the early, because they now coming into power. If we shaped Guyanese politics right, how would it serve our best interest? They fuck up. Barnum turned out to be a dictator and a fucking parasite. They fuck up. You think they learn from the mistakes? Why y'all think America there in Venezuela? Venezuela screwed on ExxonMobil, America screw up Venezuela. America there in Syria, Iraq, Iran, we placed with Gaddafi, playing the game in Palestine and Israel. Why y'all think we void of how the Americans operate around the world? Why do you think we void of this? How y'all operate? How y'all brain operate functioning? America went into they're behind the scenes with a lot of things. The Americans talking about Traore, they're in Africa. Americans went into Pakistan and take out bin Laden. Has anybody, y'all sitting down, they don't start sitting down and thinking what world power means? The people say they're a world power and then act handicapped. The Americans are telling you they're a world power, and then they say, oh yeah, no, this is very good, and you know, you have to be upstanding and you got to be righteous. Y'all had good? Y'all don't get confused with the difference between a black man and a white man in the White House? The White House don't change. How stupid y'all stupid? With Obama initiated more attacks on foreign soil than the president before he and the president after he. The White House, the modus operandi don't change. It is to maintain power. How do we ensure that our relationship with America don't trample on your rights? They come and ask you for open disco. They're telling you, man, listen to me. If we get that close, if sometime in the near future we get visa-free travel for America, y'all can't get fucking people like Muhammad running all about the place. Y'all can't openly watch certain people and say, yes, he's a good man. Y'all watch too much a picture where the villains become the star. Villains are frowned upon, they're no stars. Like me, I calculate, when I calculate, we're going, I calculate, but me want to be the wrong side of these people. We all think going on. Yeah, I think it's fucking AI running America and they're dealing with everybody equally. They're basically telling you, yo, we doing business. And anybody we doing business with, I got their pay lights. Yeah, can't be running around the place. How you think writers end up in a story? Writers end up in a story about Exxon and listening to. Because the Americans telling Exxon, yo, yeah, I got the pay, you can't do business with these people. And they put it out there, big explosion. Everybody got backpedal now. Exxon say, yo, you gotta make your heights, Mohammed. Mohammed comes and say, I didn't want to do business in any case. And, you didn't want to do business? After all them fucking tax we all evade, all them property we all hold on, all them people think we all go after. Oh, you didn't want to do business? You didn't really interested in doing business with Exxon? You waste your time and pick up $100 million US and give Exxon and put it in and being a part of a conglomerate because you really did just trying something. You didn't want to help Guyanese. Yeah. You didn't really want to do that. Ali, I'd play like Mohammed, like stupid. Yeah, I play like the Mohammeds. The Mohammeds still in accepting. They went to Barbados, spilled their guts, and think they could come. If I did go Barbados, I wouldn't tell nobody I went to Barbados. Put a picture, both of them, father and son, spilled their guts. Reuters article said investigation for drug smuggling, money laundering with Colombians and everything else. How we never hear about the how How in all this investigation and sanctions and everything, everybody slip? Like everybody, oh, it's about a Lamborghini and duty paper on a Lamborghini. Have you guys read the Reuters article? Let me get it up for you. I just missed too many things, man. How y'all miss it? This is America telling you. This is an aisle thing. We could put this on a half. Hey, Raja. U.S. Exxon contractor in Guyana. Contractors in Guyana for drugs. What is this? U.S. probes. Exxon contractor for drug trafficking and gold smuggling. How we totally miss this? This is before sanctions. US warned ExxonMobil. The US warned ExxonMobil, Starbrook Probe, offshore Reuters. US probes. This is what it. Let me get the Reuters article for you. Them banner and Reuters is international news. Them might give a nice picture. What you think they were trying to portray? Like, come let me be real. You think Reuters know who's Muhammad? In the grander scheme of things in the world, who gives a fuck who he is? In the grander scheme of things, with sheikhs from the Arabias, from the Arabian Peninsula, and the oligarchs from Russia, Jeff Bezos, I'm thinking Jeff Bezos got yachts valued 10 times more than what they evade in taxes. In the grandest scheme in things in the world, these two fucking dunstogs in worth nothing. They were worth something big with the aisle. Because although gold is a major currency in the world, you know what backs the wealthiest people in the world? Oil. The people with the real wealth is not gold miners. Gold is a currency. When you're done your money, you back your money by gold. What the Americans knew is that anytime they get a taste of what islands taste like, it's problem, them two done stuck. Let me read the Reuters article for y'all, because I don't know how y'all miss this. U.S. government official repeatedly warned ExxonMobil to avoid doing business with two mining magnates in Guyana who face a U.S. investigation on suspicion of money laundering, drug trafficking, gold smuggling, according to 5 people with knowledge of the matter and 2 intelligence reports seen by Reuters. The Americans knew in advance. They're doing their thing. Sanctions coming. And sanctions would most likely affect American company, the American companies more than anybody else, ExxonMobil. So they want you, y'all understand the thing? It's not the sanctions done been in the pipeline. The Americans know they don't want to affect ExxonMobil, so they say, yo, send writers, write a story. Warn them, let them know, serious thing. But what nobody paid attention to? Drug smuggling? What evidence is there of that? Drugs? How we, everybody, this article was there public, but nobody paid attention to it. Because this is an indicator of things to come. How did we miss that? Right? The Mohammed have close ties with Guyana's president. They run through. The construction of the shore bases. Bob, let me go. I want to get this part for you. The Mohammeds deny any wrongdoing. They're being investigated by Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Department of Homeland Security, and other U.S. agencies. Now that shows the only thing they in the limelight is the smugglers because they come with the sanctions. But long before the sanctions, the U.S. gave heads up. This is public information from Reuters. How does this work? The U.S. brought sanctions against the Mohammeds. Then, recently, maybe just over 2 months ago, or under 2 months ago, the Mohammeds visited Barbados, where they met U.S. authorities. What were the conversations about? What were they talking about? What were the discussions about? Please tell me. Because we never heard back anything about drug smuggling and money laundering. Where is Soko on this? Where's Kanu on this? Where's the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit on the allegation made by Reuters? The reason I'm giving you all of it, oh, Mohammed, the reason I'm giving you all, Guyanese need to be forewarned. The Americans are not playing. Today you'd be reminded of that. They're not playing with nobody. And no delusional wannabe gangster ain't gonna derail America from harvesting our oil peacefully. Ask yourself what world power means. What does it mean? And America's a forever changing landscape. It was built on immigrants, and then they got president come and just run the fucking immigrants them out. Nothing's etched in stone in America. Donald Trump come and make everybody question the Constitution. They're not playing. It is the most efficient, effective, oiled capitalist mechanism in the world. Every other part of the world, people fight for land. America at war with the Chinese, and at the same time buy the most products from the Chinese. It's Cold War economics. The world has changed. The war, this war with Russia and Ukraine, it's a long time thing. It's prehistoric method of engagement. All of this area, nice area. The Houthi or whatever the name, some may want name Arabian country, they must send have rockets from the ocean, blow up the place. I said a terrorist got them busy. But you ain't know nothing, but them news ain't saying nothing. This war in Syria still goes on. Afghanistan in shambles, but no man have no time with that because nothing going on there right now. Now the reason I'm telling you these things is for you to be forewarned. Let us use the American relationship wisely. If you're talking about eradicate corruption, it's the right people. Because all they can do is sending pressure from outside. The people locally got tuned up themselves. But I don't think the opposition want that. The opposition does play cry for eradicate corruption. For them come in and show you what opposition corruption is like. Then you got a bloated liar like Nigel who's going to come up publicly and say the Mohammedans entering the race. The more the merrier. I thought this was a part of the PVP corruption mechanism. I thought it's a breaker. You break off a piece and you get rid of the head. Easy we start getting rid of. More corrupt practices, we get there a better place soon. But no. If the corruption with them is okay, like the other day this man Daniel Siram or whatever his name left the PNC and supported the PVP, and right away he became a wife abuser. That's the question that was asked to Jack Dio. Like all the time it's okay. The PNC didn't take him away from his seat. He did before the court for abusing his wife. That's a matter of fact. No, I never fucking like him because I don't like people talk. He has a military background. And he's a funny man. You got careful how you're talking to me. All people want to know is what's the problem with me and the mama says, got careful how you're talking to me. When you encounter people that they ain't got value for money, me ain't got value for money. I wouldn't shut me mouth because I am to gain $100 million for you. I was to gain $500 million for the mamas, and I tell he fuck you. With the contract what they give me. I tell them fuck off. 100 million comfortable was coming my way. Right? You're wrong. Talk to me. Me got val. Me like Indian people. Me is Portuguese, which unhinged and black. Half Portuguese, half black. The Indian man, yes sir. Take it thing, man, don't worry with that because, you know, we just get a little help free. Not fucking me, we get it wrong. No matter how much money you give me. I's an ungrateful dog. I'm dying though. Yes, sir? Me is more the principle of things. Like that little thing with the man said, partner dragging he to hell. If he don't come a remedy though, and he got a bigger ego than me, I got ego. But he got a bigger ego than me. If he don't come and remedy that scunt, his son and me, they up the road, same go the picture, take out picture with chow meat and chow mein and thing and try to make me ask. That's still up on me mind. A little thing like that. Nothing, me here, I have nothing. It's not the $52 million we get the judgment again. That is a court matter. Me in a responding time, they get ahead of it. That's not a. If you know what's bad, it's some little thing. Yes, sir. Wrong talk to me. And then you figure out what's Sharma. Now fucking karma, I got Sharma coming for you. Because I come in. Karma's come back wrong. I come in all the time. Karma has got to wait for it to come around. Somebody's got karma in there. Oh, no. Let me tell you something. We are in an election season. And if y'all want the world to take y'all seriously, Guyanese attacking to all my followers, supporters, the scrapeheads, everybody else. Y'all want the world to take y'all seriously, y'all take the world seriously. The Americans are not playing. They have interests in Guyana. Use your sense and ask yourself, from your understanding of history, how does America deal with their interests around the world? Trump come and the policy change and drop tariff in Europe's country. Make problem with Canada. Why all of these things? If things were running, the world was running fairly good. The world was running fairly good, everything was fairly okay. What's Trump's problem today? Trump just see the need for America to want more for itself. Rightfully so. And he decided he's taking America in this direction. But Trump is not taking America in a new direction. Trump is just hastening that process. America now normally is do mildly, a little surreptitious thing, move a thing, a chess and thing. Yes, it's a little chess checkout kind of thing, move thing. There's America normally. The mechanism set up to work that way. Trump come and throw the whole fucking checkboard. Yes, and say, hey, well, we got time for move out the way. Whatever money you making for me, I need to make the same amount. You're making too much money. You're making too much money for me. After seeing all of that, somehow y'all think America is going to look at Guyana. Y'all running around with this fucking clown prince, man, this fool of a banner. Y'all forget Venezuela. Y'all know how to represent yourself against Venezuela. And when you want to know how dangerous these people are, they're all about themselves. Use your common sense and piece things together. They went to Barbados, spilled their guts for their own interests. Look at what is going to happen in the near future. Look at what is going to happen in the near future. You ever tell you? Y'all wake up. The Americans are going to give Guyanese a second warning. I don't know how, but I could tell you I had a dream. And I dreamed a great white eagle was flying over Guyana. And it was dropping handcuffs over Houston and different places in Guyana. It was just a dream I had. Like, wow, what a wonderful dream. And then in the background, there was an echo saying, you need to tell them. Tell them. You understand? And this morning I come and tell you. Y'all read between the lines. The things that you see is not always that. Which one of you played a role? Which one of you, or your grandmother, your grandfather, or your great-grandmother and great-grandfather played a role in the narrating of politics in its beginning in Guyana? With Chetty, and which one of you play a role? There's no recorded history. Anybody. Jagan didn't know what hit him. He and Burnham went to a meeting. And at the time, the Americans' interest was to eradicate communism at all costs. And Jagan wasn't clear as to where he stood. So they thought Burnham would have been a better deal. That turned out to be a grave mistake. Because public records show, Burnham was a servant of the CIA. He was on the CIA payroll even while he was president. All of that to say, today's not Burnham Jagan Day. All of that to say, what is in the public domain in most cases is just enough to create a narrative and give you forewarning and direction. It is merely just about 10% of the true circumstance of which you have found yourself in. Yes, you, the Guyanese people. How hard you think it is for 1 million people, for America to decide, once we are on track, we're stable, the people stop acting low life and hungry belly, and our level of corruption is down, and our Guyana being used as a transshipment point is like nil. How hard do you believe it is for we got visa-free travel, or just because what then? What negative effects can Guyanese have on America? Now, visa-free travel to America is not the Americans. We ain't going never walk. We want none from there. We got the money. Hey, the Americans don't want to come here more than we want to go by them. But what it does, it puts you on a level in the world. If America sees you at a certain level and choose and say, well, here, we would open we borders to you. You got scrutinize Guyanese. They've shown that they're of a certain type, nature, they've developed themselves, they've metamorphosized into civilized people. Not to say that we ain't civilized, not people civilized. I is one of the last uncivilized ones them. That is the public figure. I will have accept. I'm willing to work on changing my ways. I ain't waving no fucking gay pride flag. You understand? Getting into no buggery, I can tell you though. But you know, I can act a little normal and so. If it means all Guyana, the Americans looking at me in a better way. Yeah, I can act a little better. Right? Y'all wise up. The news that is to come is a warning. And also a highlight into how dangerous and treacherous some people can be. Because if this is how you know something about somebody, you get caught doing something, you know something about somebody, you ain't talking about the people that you get caught with. But you gotta talk about everybody else's story who you know about. Right? Y'all listen out and look out. Y'all listen out and look out. Like me, I run for my life. Yes, sir. Y'all listen out and look out. Because I might get come back live during the course of the day for read it out for y'all. In the meantime, take care and remember, you have been forewarned. Keep it real all the time.